Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine and studying at home and giving due time to your studies to prepare for your exams and tests. Uh, Today we have to conclude the chapter with the question and answers, and in the next class we are going to start the new chapter. So this is chapter number 8. We are going to see the question and answers today. Let me open the chapter 8, animations in Flash. Okay. We had also done the lab activity number 1 and 2. Anam's teacher has asked to create an animation to show paper plane fly along. Okay, 3 and 4. I let you know right now, inshallah, 3 and 4 as well. So lab activity number 3 and 4 we are going to cover as well. But before going to the lab activities, let us check the question and answer first, then we will go to the lab activities quickly. So in the question and answers, you will see that we have got question and answers over here. If you remember, we had also applied the uh, filters as well in this chapter. I'm not going to repeat practically anything because I had already explained this chapter in very much detail over here. So today it is, I'm going to give you on 9th, on 10th, okay. From 10th of December to, we can take that it is up to the 16th of December or 15th of December. So this is the homework that I am going to upload today in your Google Classroom. You will be able to download it and you can write, and you have to write in your notebooks. Okay, I hope all the students are writing because I am giving very less homework, not that much. I am giving you the more work for the practical that you need to perform on the software. So very first option is basically over here, the filter. If you see the question paper, bevel, glow and drop shadows are the examples of the filters. These are basically the filters you can see over here. Then second point is that the mask layer should always be dash the layer. It should be always above the layer. We had applied this thing, so I'm not going to repeat this thing again and again. Okay, so you can see over here that the mask layer is always above the that layer, that particular layer on which you are going to apply the mask. Then come towards the dash feature lets you see the relative position of an object over several frames. So we had applied this option, if you remember, onion skin. We can see that position, that what is basically going on from one frame to another frame. So onion effect we had applied in this chapter. Then onion skin button is present at the bottom of the timeline window. Timeline window ke bottom pe, you can see that on the timeline window, it is available, onion option. To insert a layer, select dash and then layer. To insert a layer, what you do, what you select? You click on the add button basically, and we had seen that how we can add one layer in the timeline. Timeline contains the add button, and then we can go and we can add more layers. We had used multiple layers in our working. Already we have done this thing. Then every dash frame is in the timeline displays the frame number. Every 5 frame, 0, 5, 10, 15. The dash shows features as a series of rectangles in each layer. Timeline has got basically the rectangles, different rectangles are there. Small rectangles, of this size. You can see this type of small rectangles are there, in timeline. Then come towards the next thing, which is descriptive questions I am going to upload in your book. How can you convert a layer into mask layer? By right clicking on it, simple. So if you see the answers are given over here. To convert one layer, I have written, you can see over here. To convert a layer into mask layer, right click the layer name and then click on the mask layer. What is the use of the onion skin? Onion skin basically shows you step by step movement, what is basically happening with an object. So onion skin features let you see the relative position of the object over several frames. List the steps to change the order of the layer. Number C point is there. So I have removed the C point because C point is a steps. Steps are not included. Steps is practical in nature. We can do this. List the steps to change the order of the layer. How we change the order of the layer? We can change the order by dragging though. So by dragging we can change the order of the layers. Can you delete a layer? Yes, we can delete a layer. We can add layers. We can delete layers. How? We will right click on it. We will delete. Click on the delete button. This is also a very simple thing. We can delete. Recycle button is there. Recycle button is there, you can see over here. This is the delete button. We can, if we have got multiple layers, layer 3 I want to delete, I will click on this recycle delete button. Delete layer, the layer will be deleted. We have done these all things. How can you identify frames in the timeline? How we are going to identify the frames in the timeline? Keyframes are the frames which black dots with the black dots. So we can see that the black dot is there. So then this is the keyframe. If I want to insert some frame, so right now I'm here. So I'm pressing F6. Right now this is blank. Why? Because there is no object. But when there will be object, so then it will be a black dot. Okay, now you can see that if I'm pressing this, F6 is used to give the key frame. We identify the keyframe because of the black dot. Okay, then come towards what are the keyboard shortcuts to insert keyframe. F6. List the steps to apply filter on the object. We have done this thing practically, but of course we are not going to write the steps, so we will not do this. The steps, of course we are going to leave the steps. Number H, how will you add sound to an animation flash? Because there was a problem, there was an error to include the sound because the sound file was not supported. So we did not do this. But I am trying to find out such kind of wave file which is supportable. And inshallah, I will let you know because this thing we had left in this chapter. It was not working in the CS3, but sound could be included. This is not impossible that sound cannot come in the flash. So if I'll find out such kind of audio file which is supportable, and then I will show you the steps for it. Then number next is there, analyze the use of the layers and their importance. Layers keep these objects separate from each other in making animation. If you will not use different layers, your objects will be mixed together and it will be difficult for us to make animations and keep the animations separate from each other. It will be quite difficult for us. Okay. Then come towards the next point. Ali was asked to create an animation in Flash. It is now again one practical thing, I think. So we will not do, but Ali was asked to create an animation in Flash to welcome new students in the class. Explain to him the different ways of doing this using masking layers and filters individually and then both together. We can use the mask layer to give the, we can write welcome on the screen and we can mask it by circle or by star or by some other shape. This is one thing. We can apply the filter options just like we had applied filters. Different types of filters are available. So these options are available with us. We can take any of them to create a good effect of it. So if you see over here, this is basically practical, but we can write in words that what should we do, what kind of objects we should take to make one welcoming animation. Create a new CS Flash CS3 document about the four seasons. Use text, pictures, sound, timeline, and layers. You can do it at your own because it is again one practical thing. So you can use the four types of seasons in it. Use text, pictures, sound, timeline. Four types of season. We can do it quite conveniently. If we go and first we find out some, you know, for example, the season, winter, winter season. Okay, images of the winter. Fine, I take one image for the winter, one image I am going to take for spring, one image we can take for the, you can take even multiple images for summer. Okay, summer is showing that it is too hot. Anyway, one image we can take for autumn. So these are the four images that we have taken. We can store them on our desktop. This is winter. I have saved it with the name of W. This is spring. This is, the image size is too small, but anyway, summer. Then autumn. I go to Flash. I take new file. I press Control 2. Okay. On one layer, you will take one file. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to manage. Although we can do on one layer as well, but I will prefer that you should use different layers. But if you want to take multiple layers, you can. If you want to take, so it is possible, it is not impossible. We can have. Anyway, right now I am importing on one layer. Now see how we can do this thing on one single layer. I am taking these images, winter, autumn, all images I have taken. Okay. Now this is one image, this is another image, this is another image, this is another image. I want to have all my images in this size of 250 by 250 by 200. Okay, this is the size that I am taking, 250 by 200. Again, I am making it 250 by 200. Okay, 250 by 200. What I am doing right now, I am changing the sizes of the images to make them equivalent. 250 by 200. Okay, now I place them together. Now see, first I am placing over here winter, then summer, then afterwards, okay, I take the winter over here, summer over here, and then in this way. Okay, anyway, now these are the four objects that I have taken in my animation. I press Ctrl 2 to see the complete image. Okay, now how can I make one good animation of it on this layer one where I have taken the seasons? Okay, I have taken the seasons over here. How can I do this? I can select them all. Right now they are selected. I press, I place them over here. I click on frame number 20. I press F6. I bring it over here. I press on frame number 40 F6. I then bring them over there. Frame number 30, frame number 60 F6. I can bring again back depending on my requirement, whatever you want to do. I create over here the twin motion. Now the seasons are there which are exhibited right now on your screen. We can slow them down by changing the frames per second to 5. Okay. Similarly, we can add the text as well. We can have the text over here. Let's suppose I will, then definitely I will have to take one new layer text. I'm writing the name of the winter, let's suppose, on frame 1. In the beginning there is winter, I'm taking over here winter. Okay. Up to frame 20, it is coming over here. So I'm pressing F6. I'm showing over here winter. It is winter. So I can show that the winter is there up to frame number 20. Can give twin motion. So now I can see that this is winter on which I am displaying this thing. Afterwards, if you want to change it, to some other option up to frame 50, you can change the name. You can take new text over here for winter, for summer, okay, for autumn, for spring. We can even write in the single frame. We can delete and we can write all the names of the spring. Then there is autumn. Then there is summer. And then there is winter. We can make them move from one position to another. Just like in the beginning, these are here. I press F6 and I bring it to here. Okay. Then I press F6. Then I bring it to here. Then I press F6. Then I bring it back. Okay. So in this way, you can create some good effect by writing their names. You can use multiple layers over here. You can use multiple layers. Both are moving together because we have taken the same number of frame. Okay. So this is an activity that we have done. Now come towards the lab activities. Lab activity number 1 and 2 we had done. Number 3 and 4 I am going to explain you. Anam's teacher has asked her to create an animation to show a paper plane flying along a curved path. Help her create this animation. For this, we will have to take the guide motion and we will have to take one, you know, we'll have to take one paper plane. What we are going to do, I'm going to take a new file. The procedure is given in your book for the guide motion. I will go to Google and I will type over here paper plane. Paper plane with the wide background would be better for us. It should be with the wide background. Okay. I'm going to import the image to stage. Import to stage. Now this is an image. I can resize it. I will take control Z. I will take one which layer? Guide layer. Okay, on guide layer, what I will do? I will draw the motion on the guide layer. First, I will take this object which is there that I have taken over here. I will have to convert it to the motion layer object. You can find out the steps. The steps are given over here in the portion of the guide layer. These were the steps that we had followed when we used it on the B, and I think we had done on some more things as well. So you can find it out from here and you can apply it. I had explained you all these steps. What you will do, you will take one image, you will import it just like I have imported. Okay. Click on frame 50 and insert a keyframe by pressing F6 to create motion twin for the bird. Click any frame between 1 and 50 and choose the motion in the twin menu of the property. So just like over here, we have got one plane. So this is a plane. So on plane, I click on frame number 50, I press F6. Okay. So over here, when I will press F6 in the twin menu, you will see that this is a twin motion. So we will give the twin motion over here. Fine. Then we have taken the guide layer as mentioned over here. Add a guide motion in the timeline. This creates a motion guide layer above the bird layer. So we have taken right now the plane. The name of the layer is guide. With the guide bird layer selected, click the pencil tool and draw a path on the stage. So we will go to the stage. We'll click here. We'll take the pencil tool. We'll take straight or smooth should be there. Okay. So we can draw a path in this way. These are the steps that we are going to follow. Then after when you have drawn the guide, what you need to do, select the bird and place it on frame 1 and frame 50. Position, we have to position it. Okay, click the snap checkbox in the property. Snap checkbox is there that we need to mark. This thing is very important for the plane. Okay. We will have to place the object just like this plane is there. So on the first position where it is and where it is at the last position, This is very important for us, so we'll have to. Okay, here is the snap that we have got. Place the object in the beginning, and at the end we will place the object at the end. You will see that the plane is going on that particular path which has been defined. It will move on that particular path. In the beginning, the position of the plane should be here. Okay, otherwise its movement, now its movement is better. So in the beginning position, in the ending position, this should be clear. So I'm going to save it with the name of lab activity number lab 3 for chapter 4. Okay, now I take a new file. We have to see the lab activity number 4 as well. What is the lab activity number 4? Ramla has to create a document in Flash. Myra, you want to ask something? You have raised the hand. Yes, please.
सर हम जब डॉग फ्लैश यूज करते हैं तो उसमें पिक्चर कैसे इंसर्ट करते हैं बैकग्राउंड में?
In the background,
यस सर,
I had
जैसे
explained this
जैसे
thing in
कि
one
आपने
of the.
सर लैब एक्टिविटी में आपने दिखाया वैसे।
Sorry?
सर जैसे कि आपने लैब एक्टिविटी में दिखाया, आपने पिक्चर बैकग्राउंड में इंसर्ट की थी।
No, it was not background. Right now that I have done over here, it is not a background, it is a moving picture. Background is that picture which is static. For example, if I want to place some good background over here, so it will remain static. We will go to file, import to stage. We will have to go to file and then import to stage. We can take any good background we want to have. We can take any background. Okay. So let's suppose this is one of the background, this is background. So we can take just like we have taken right now the images of the seasons. We can take this background. So when we have got background, we will set its size according to the stage size, 550 and by 400. Now it is equivalent to the stage. I will press Ctrl 2 and I will put it on the stage. Now stage is not visible. We have changed the background. This is called basically background. This is called background. And we can rename the layer with the name of background. We can extend it up to frame number 60. Now what will happen that up to frame number 60, only background is visible. This is called background. On this background, you can make any animation on this background. Okay. Take example of, I take one layer over here. One layer I am taking over here and I can show, for example, one bird is flying over there. Okay. We can take such kind of thing on the background. Fine. Import and import to stage. This is the thing that we do. Okay, let me mark the attendance because class time is now about to and I have to cover the lab activity as well. So we have got from Abila Ali to Myra and then up to Anya. Let me cover the lab activity now. Lab activity number 4 is Ramla has to create one document in Flash and she has to write Happy New Year. Her teacher also wants her to apply filters to the text and some timeline effects and also a masking layer. Can you help her with the steps? Masking effect should be there, filters should be there. Okay. Such kind of things we need to do. So I will go and I will take new file. I'm going to type the text Happy New Year. Okay. Happy New Year. You can take in any color or design. How can we create the masking effect on it? Just like this is on layer 1. I place it over here on left side. I bring it to the right side from frame 1 to frame 60. I press F6. Bring it from left to right. Okay. I create twin motion. You can see the twin. Twin is visible to you. I add one more layer in which on this layer I am going to draw one circle. You can take circle or rectangle, whatever you want to. I draw one circle over here without border. I place it over here. I click on frame number 60 and I press F6. I bring this circle from this position to this position. In this circle, I am going to create twin motion only in the circle. Okay. Now, if I mask this layer, so now this is going to show you in this way. Why? Because I have masked the circle. Okay. So this was basically the objective of this text, that we have to do some masking on it. We have to apply the masking effect on it. We can also apply some other effects over here. We can change the color of the Happy New Year. For example, if I press F6, F6 over here, right now if I press F6 over here on this given text, okay, when you will convert it to the mask, then mask will be applied. Right click and mask. I hope up to here all the things are clear. You will try these all activities on your computer system because our class time is now about to over. If you've got any question, please ask me. Ashvika, you want to ask something?
सर आप काम कब भेजेंगे?
I have explained the work. I will upload in the Google Drive. You will see in your Google Classroom. Okay. You will see over here, one new post will be given over here in your class. In your class, you will be able to see the post. Okay. So that background that you were asking, now both the lab activities are now complete. Let me save it with the name of lab activity number 4. So you have to do it as well. Now I was explaining you that you can take any other layer. One student has asked this question. So I can draw something else over here. Okay. I can draw something else over here and I can use that particular thing. Let's suppose if I go to the Google and I find out some other image. Let's suppose this plane or bird or something like that. So we can create bird flying. We can have, okay, or something like that. So we can take such kind of image and we can create twin motion over here on this plain background. This is the use of the background. Or we can draw something, just like right now I don't have that much time, but we can draw balloons over here, and balloons are flying from bottom to up. Okay, and the background is there on which you will see that the balloons are flying from bottom to up. So in this way we can create good effects. So backgrounds will be static. Background is not going to have any animation. The objects that you are going to draw over here, they are going to have animations with them. So up to here, if you've got any question, please ask me. Anything you would like to ask? Okay, so with this now we have accomplished the flash completely, and I hope you have understood all these things. And I tried my best to explain each and everything in the detail with the practical implementation, so that you can perform it at home, you can do it, and you can apply the things related to it, so that you can make some small projects, like I'm just giving you the example. Just like you can make kite flying, or you can make just like one activity I have given in one of my classes. Let me show you. Okay, this is Happy New Year. So one object is there. Happy New Year is a text which is moving from left to right. One cartoonic character is there which is moving from left to right. Similarly, you will see that borders are there, bottom and top. Top border green color, bottom border red color. It is moving from right to left or left to right. Right now the speed is slow, but we can change the speed by increasing the frame rate. We can change the frame rate, and we can improve it as well. So in this way, you can draw such kind of uh, characters, cartoonic characters over here, and you can make such kind of files. Just like I have opened it now, you can see that the frame rate is 12 frames per second. If I want to increase it to 25, then they will move fast. I have taken three layers over here. I have taken three layers over here. Three or four layers are there. One layer is there for Happy New Year text, one layer is there for top stars, one layer is there for bottom stars which are moving, creating the border effect. One layer is there for cartoon characters. All layers are different from each other, separate from each other, and creating a good effect. So you can create such kind of small project and then upload it on your social media. People will give you likes and will like that how you are going to wish the new year. So in this way you will have practice as well. Okay, so I think all the things are clear to all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.